Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Tamayim Mob, and I'm out here in what? Vacaville, California. Today is November 4th, 2021, deemed the year hastened by Elder Apostle Taha. And first and foremost, I would love to turn to the east and give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. And give double honors to the elders and apostles of the GMS who rule well and sound doctrine. The brothers want to get into today through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. It's just, expounding on how blessed we are to be living in a time of vengeance. Not only the vengeance on, the 2/3 that is keeping us here, but on our enemies, first and foremost. Even though those are counted as our enemies as well, but the heathens, being set on high, being in the time of seeing the demise of our enemy and seeing the time and seeing the rise of us, man, being a part of that rise, Lord willing, being a part of that tabernacle with David, waxing stronger and stronger into the day, Let's get that. Let's get that first. Let's get that first. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 4, verse 18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. So that's all men of the Lord see at this point, man. We just seeing better and better, brighter and brighter days, A step closer, a day closer unto the demise of our enemy, into the rise of our nation under Yahweh Shai, starting with the elect, under Yahweh Shai. But I'm just thinking about how, we've just been subject to so much, these elites think they're so far up, man. Destroying our people through the media. Making our kids aspire to only be athletes and or just entertainers in general, athletes, ball players. Destroying us through this food. Malnutrition, autoimmune disease, all these illnesses that you think is hereditary is due to this food that they poison you with, that they make so easily accessible, that they force down y'all throat. Weakening our defenses through lessening our capabilities to be self-sufficient, lessening our aptitude to wanna provide for ourselves and not independent and be independent of the elites. Be independent of the beast. Weakening us to the point where we're just prime, and we're just fat for what they're really about to push, for their final agenda. Because Jake isn't ready. For the most part, Jake isn't ready for this chaos that they're orchestrating. And they're not ready for and they don't have the keys to the way out, for the most part, of the calamities coming to this place, as far as that chip and dip, when they force that on you. To the carnal eye, it might look like we down. We're down and we ain't never came back up. But we getting closer and closer each and every day to being up 144,000 and nothing. You hear me? Israel really ain't took no loss, man. Because not one of the elect is going to perish. And the ones that have to be martyrs for Yahweh Shai is going to perish in Yahweh Shai. They're just going to be resting. And they're going to be risen up first. So Esau, enjoy it while you can, man. Rejoice, O daughter of Babylon. Rejoice while you can. But just know that it was Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's plan the whole time to give us up so we can come back and condemn the whole world, and be just. I would say, and be just in condemning the whole world and establishing it in righteousness. So I'm going to start with that. This is the book of Lamentations. Chapter 2, verse 17. The Lord Yahweh have done that which he had devised. Right, he did what he devised, man. He punished the nation of Israel. Even though y'all forwarded our affliction, and y'all continue to afford our affliction, which Lord's will I'll get later. He had did what he had devised. He had fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pity. He hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. Come on. Esau was happy, man. Esau, Moab, Ammon, they're happy, man. They're happy. They're rejoicing over you, man. They're enjoying their kingdom. Starting with the elites, man. Not the lesser luminaries, but starting with the elites. He hath set up the horn of thine adversary. So keep in mind, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua did these things, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua did these things. You know, Moab and Seir are so proud that they and they said, let's get this though. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 8. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is likened unto all the heathen. This is the bro. You walk into a so-called Chinese store, a so-called Edomite area, a so-called heathen, any type of heathen stronghold, so to speak, any type of densely populated heathen anything, they're gonna look at you like this nigga. You know, this dog. This lost soul. This little boy, this statistic. That's how they look at you, man. That's how they look at you. That's how you know that their destruction, that their demise is gonna be so huge, man. Because what they say, he that exalts himself is gonna be abased, right? Let's get that. This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. And that's how you know. That's how you know that the tabernacle of David is next to rule, because it said the meek shall inherit the earth. It says to humble yourself under the hand of the Most High, so that He can exalt you in due time. He said what? He said that folly is set in great dignity. These fucking heathens and everything that they stand for, and the rich sit in low places. That's what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua said, man. And he's not slight concerning his promise. They're gonna pay. They're gonna pay. This is the book of Zephaniah. Oh, Zechariah. Salakia, y'all. Zechariah. Chapter 11, verse 4. Not 11, verse 4. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1. Salakia. 1, verse 14. Yeah, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 4. Oh, I'm in Zephaniah, I'm tweaking. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 14. Yeah, so the angel that communed with me said unto me, cry, thou saying, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem, and for Zion with a great jealousy. Right? And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that exalted themselves, man. That counted us as nothing. That furthered our affliction. That took our heritage. That deems us anti-Semitic when we tell the truth. Then that's why it says, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord Yahweh. So these people are abominable in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. You can't even tell the truth these days, man. You can't say that it's no need for no fucking boost mobile, like they like to call it. There's no need for no fucking vaccine because COVID has a fucking 99.7% recovery rate. You can't tell people that, man. You can't tell your child that, bro, you're a fucking man and you're going to grow up like a man, fearing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua until he comes back and hating evil. And you can't tell him that you have enemies that'll never love you. And never to trust them because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua tells you to. You can't tell that to your child. You can't tell, bro. Anyways, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So yeah, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is fed up, man. So in response to that, which he wrote from the beginning, y'all have to pay. Specifically, Moab and Seir. Moab, he got something for you. This is the book of. And before I even say that, this is why I say we're living in such exciting times, man. Because we're living in a time of the recompense. We're living in the time of the transition. We are a part of it. Whether you're on the left hand or the right hand or the good end or the bad end of the stick, you are a part of the movie, man. Of the climax of the movie, man. So blessed are your eyes, man. This is the book of. So let me get this first before I tell you what Ammon and Esau got. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. Many, and they are, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because regeneration, reincarnation is in the Bible. We're here standing in our lot. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. And at the end of the day, pursuing the book of Daniel, I get that we'll go be in our lot. This is the book of Daniel. I want to say it's like the very last verse too in the book of Daniel. I want to say, let me back up so you can see me, even though, whatever. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 13. But go thy ways till the end be. This is where we are right now, man. We're at the end, you hear me? We're at the end of Esau's age through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But go thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. So the water Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. We have a great privilege of being here, seeing and being in the time alive and breathing in the flesh, in the game. You hear me? In the game, Coach put us in the game to be a part of this movie, to be a part of the ascension of Yasha Allah and the precipitous decline of Babylon the Great, starting with Esau Edom. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? Back to Matthew. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 17. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. But here we are today, alive in the flesh, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, granted that privilege to see these things, man. So I'm gonna go back to this before I go into my precept, because I want it to resonate. I want to bring it home completely for the sheep, you know, for the elect, you know. This is the book Ezekiel. I'm gonna go back to that Ezekiel and I'm gonna bring it back. This is the book of Ezekiel. Actually, let me do this stuff. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8, verse 25. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is likened unto the heathen, right? This is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's recompense for y'all in these days to come. In these days to come. You hear me? Very soon to come. This is the book of Zephaniah. Yeah, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 8. I've heard the reproach of Moab and the reviling of the children of Ammon, because y'all get it too. You motherfuckers get it too, because all of y'all, all heathens are enemies of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Y'all are liking unto nothing, and y'all all have taken crafty counsel against him by taking crafty counsel against his people, attempting to cut them off from being a nation. And I can show y'all that y'all are the enemies. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I can show y'all. So the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Keep not thy silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Heavenly Father. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. Right? So he's saying he's about to lift up context. He's about to list off the enemies. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and have consulted against thy hidden ones. These are the enemies that are doing these things to his people. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. And that's spiritual, because today go around telling these Amalekites on a mainstream media platform, on a mainstream media outlet, that we're the real descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they are the synagogue of Satan, and they are the bastards dwelling on Asdod. And watch what that gets you, man. That'll get you cut off. That'll get you cut off. That'll get you canceled, so to speak. If you're not dwelling in this truth, that could get you killed. Because he said let's get that. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So this goes on today, man. Whether you really put out this shit, taking out this shit, or whether they kill your image, whether they assassinate your character for telling the truth, attempting to cut you off from being a nation. Going back to naming his enemies, though. They have said, come and let them cut us off. This is the book of Psalm chapter 83, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together. So they all took part. They all took part. Because it says, I'm going to get this. This is the book, Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? So all y'all guilty, man, and all y'all gonna get it, man. But going back to Psalm chapter 83. This is the book of Psalm chapter 83, verse 4. No, verse 5, excuse me. This is the book of Psalm chapter 84, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. He's about to start naming off the enemies. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, you so-called white men, and the Ishmaelites, you so-called Arabs, and Moab, and the Hagarenes. So he's naming you so-called, I don't know who the Hagarenes is, I ain't gonna lie. I should do my research. But I know the so-called Moabites are the so-called Chinese motherfuckers. The Gabal, I don't know who that is, I ain't gonna lie. And Ammon. So he's naming these Ammonites. Ammon gets it too. Yes, Ammon gets it too. And Amalek, which is the so-called Jew today, which is of the tribe of Edom. The Philistines, which are actually so-called African people to this day, not the fucking Palestinian people. Those aren't the real Philistines. And the inhabitants of Tyre, more Hamites. So everybody took crafty counsel against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai by taking crafty counsel against his people, man. So y'all all took part of this. So going back to Zephaniah, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 8. I've heard the report, because remember, Moab and Esau said they liken us into the house of the heathen, man. So this is going to be y'all recompense since y'all want to play crazy, since y'all want to exalt yourself like Yahweh Bashem Yahushua didn't give us unto you for our transgressions, for prophecy's sake. Verse 8, Zephaniah 2, verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab and the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits and the perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This is what's coming to all you so-called Asian motherfuckers, bro. Oh, y'all getting it, you hear me? Now let's get on Esau. Let's get on Esau, because you see what Esau, y'all got more coming than anybody, to be honest. But let's get a little bit on Esau, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is the book of Amos, chapter, let's do that. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. And that's what's being risen up this day, man. Waxing stronger and stronger. Pursuing the 2 Samuel chapter 3, verse 1. We love that one, you hear me? He's raising up the tabernacle of David. And close up the breaches thereof. So it's going to be foolproof. That ministry is going to be foolproof. He's going to have his men made perfect through that furnace of affliction and through the furnace of adversity, man. Rejoicing through that tribulation, humbling themselves to be exalted in due time. Unlike you motherfuckers are exalting yourselves to be abased in the latter end. Thereof, close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, right? And I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, y'all getting it, and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh that doeth this. So it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that doeth this. It's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that avenges his elect, man, that avenges his nation, starting with the elect. So y'all got a lot coming, man. Y'all got a lot coming, thinking that y'all up 50, man. Y'all really down for the count, and y'all been down for the count when Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, when Yahushua had went up into them clouds, man. Y'all been down. He didn't send us off to cast us off, man. He said he doesn't cast off forever when it comes to the nation of Israel, when it comes to the right of his inheritance. You know? He was only doing it to correct us, and he corrects us in measure. Unlike y'all, man. He corrects us in measure. He doesn't let our iniquity stack up and do away with us. Because he doesn't love y'all. That's why he doesn't do that. Because as soon as somebody you love fuck up, you instant. But as soon as somebody you don't really care about, you just, hey, you know, and then when you done with them, you done with them. And that's what y'all are to the living power of heaven and earth. This is the book of Jeremiah. And I pray I'm making sense, y'all. I pray I'm making sense. I pray I'm bringing it home for y'all, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh. Oh no, he left us off. Oh no, he dispersed us into all four corners of the earth to be just left there. He said he is with us. For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, to save thee. Speaking of the nation of Israel, whom salvation is for, man. So a lot of y'all don't even know what y'all doing this for, man. A lot of y'all don't know what y'all think y'all in this fight for, man, because y'all don't worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in spirit and in truth. Y'all can't. Because salvation is of the Jew. Let me get that. This is the book This is the book of St. John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. And that's all you so-called Christians out here, man. That's all you so-called Christians. That's even some Israelites that's offering some wayward doctrine. You worship, you know not what. But you Israelites, in the word salvation is for you. But anybody else, no. This is the book of St. John chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. So yeah, man, salvation is only for us, so therefore we will be saved. And therefore, this had to happen because destruction and destruction and perils have to come with salvation. What are you going to be saved from? This has to happen. And like I said, that's why we're blessed to be living in these times, to see it, to live through it, to be put in the game. So you better maximize your role. You better maximize your role so you can be a part of this ascension on this side, and you avoid that second death, because he's gonna get his number and he's gonna rock with that number. But I don't want to change the spirit too much. Listen to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, to worship thee, though I will make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee. Showing you that they all had a part in our kingdom, man. They all took part in our spoils. Yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Showing you that it wasn't nothing to end us. It wasn't nothing to do away with us. It wasn't nothing to open repentance unto everybody. It wasn't nothing to open the gospel unto everybody, man. His hand is still stretched out, still to the nation of Israel, and only the nation of Israel. Continuing on. I'm going to get this real quick. This is the book of Job, because this had to happen. This had to happen, and this is how he saw fit to get our attention, man. This is how he saw for prophecy to play out, and this is how he saw fit to put us through this furnace of affliction. This is how we saw fit to open our ears. It was all for the better, man. It was all for the good, man. This is the book. I'm gonna get this first. This is the book. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High. Those good figs that were sent out, those good dates that were sent out. Pursuant to Jeremiah 24. To those who are called according to his purpose. So like it, to them who are called according to his purpose. So yeah, man, this is how he opened our ears, man. This is how he corrected us in measure and our affliction. This is the book of Job. Chapter 36, verse 15. He delivereth the poor in his affliction. So who else is gonna get delivered, man, besides the poor, besides the lowly, besides the brokenhearted? Who else is gonna be delivered? Because nobody else is going through the sufferings that the nation of Israel is going through and has went through. He said, I'm gonna get this. This is the book of St. Daniel, chapter 9, verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. So nothing has been done to no other nation as bad or even comparable to the amount of bad that has been done to the nation of Israel. So these are the poor that he's about to be delivering. These are the afflicted that he's about to be delivering. that come back to him in sincerity and faith, that don't bow that knee to the image of Baal, those men that he reserved. This is the book of Job, chapter 36, verse 15. He delivereth the poor in his affliction and openeth their ears in oppression. So yeah, man, it's good that I'm gonna get that. So yeah, it's gonna be good for us, man. It's gonna be great for us that come back in sincerity and faith, man. It's gonna be great for that remnant. This is the book of Psalms chapter 119, verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. Because we're right now we're more humble than we ever been. We're more brokenhearted than we ever been. We're clinging on harder than we ever have, because this is the only way out. This is the only ticket out of here. This is the only train out of Babylon the Great. So it had to happen. He said his power worked. Let's get that. This is the book of. We wouldn't hear as much. We wouldn't hear as much or hearken as much or be as desperate as be as hungry for this. We wouldn't be hungering and thirsting after righteousness as much if we was in prosperity, if we was in our glow. We wouldn't. He said that. This is the book of Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua had brought us low so he could be exalted. So people in the world would know that it couldn't have been nothing but the living power of heaven and earth to deliver these men and to bring them to power over the earth, man. To bring them to power under Yahushua. It had to be that. He said his power works best in weakness. His strength works best in weakness. So yeah, this is why we're a base as a nation. This is why we're downtrodden, man. We ain't down for the count at all, man. We up. We rich. We ballin'. You hear me? This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, I will rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. Right, man. We gotta glory in these tribulations, man. We gotta rejoice in these tribulations. Let's get that. This is the book of Romans chapter 5, verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of the Most High is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Spirit, which is given unto us, man. Which is given unto us. We've been blessed with all spiritual blessings, man. And you think we down for the count? No, man. No, man, the Lord is raising that tabernacle of David, man. And he's going to run with that. He's going to rock with that to establish this place in righteousness. You know? Those good figs that he sent out for their good, man. That he predestinated to become. Let's get that. This is the book of Romans. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. I'm gonna start at 28 again. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow, right? He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son. So even though we've been spread out to all four corners of the earth, he's been a little sanctuary for each and every one of his guys that he sent out to come back to be conformed to the image of his son. Because he said, so that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. So these are those men that's not going to bow that knee. These are those men that's not down for the count. These are those men that's gonna come back and that he's gonna use to avenge the nation of Israel. That he's gonna use to abase these nations that have exalted themselves, man. And we're blessed to be living in them times, man. We're blessed to have a chance to be a part of that number that didn't bow the knee to the image of Baal. We're blessed, man. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And and right now, this is how you know we're getting closer and closer and closer. Because the end is because the birth pains. Because of the birth pains. Because it says when this gospel is preached throughout the four corners of the earth, the end will, let's get that. I want to say is this is the book of Matthew, chapter 20. Yeah, Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come. So then that's how you know. That's how you know that he's gotten all those men that he reserved. That he sealed all those men that he reserved. Because when he sealed those men, that destruction is gonna come. Then that famine of the word is gonna come. And that's how you know we're extremely, extremely close, man. That's how you know we're extremely, extremely close, because we were just on a lockdown, not even 18 months ago. Because the world, everybody in the world is wearing masks now. That was bro. The Lord turned this shit up, man, because he's gotten that much closer to his number, man. And once he gets to that number, then the end's gonna come, man. Then that end's gonna come. Then that vengeance is really gonna come. You know? Then let's get that. This is the book of and like I said, it's close, man. It's overly close. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. So that vengeance is gonna be crucial, man. That vengeance is gonna be crucial. It says thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Every nation, man. And this every heathen, man, because what nation didn't take part in her kingdom, man? What nation didn't take part in her spoils? What nation wasn't drunken with that wine, with that Babylon wine, and followed after the great horde? All that devout, let's get that. This is the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 30. Verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. So it's no, oh, kumbaya, all bygones let bygones be bygones. The Lord requires that which is past, man. The Lord does not forget, man. The Lord ain't playing none of that shit. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 2. The Most High is jealous, and the Lord Yahweh revengeth. The Lord Yahweh revengeth and is furious. The Lord Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies, man. Wrath for his enemies. I'm going to get this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Most High requireth that which has passed. So shit, fuck what I think, fuck what I should do, fuck how I should be forgiven and who I shouldn't be forgiven. The Lord requires that which has passed, man. So it's gonna be some hell to pay, and rightfully so, because he's gonna have. Let's get this. This is the book of, I want to say it's James, right? This is the book of St. James, chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. So y'all didn't show no mercy. To this day, y'all are stealing our identities. Y'all are dwelling in our land until the time of the Gentiles fulfilled. Y'all are y'all are subjugating our people to to fucked up living conditions. Y'all didn't show no mercy when y'all established this place, man. Y'all didn't show no mercy when y'all still got Planned Parenthoods in the hood to this day, man. Y'all didn't show no mercy when y'all is pushing these homosexual agendas on specifically Israelite youths, the younger Israelite generations, man. Y'all didn't show no mercy when y'all started vaccinating kids 5 to 11, but used only so-called black little boys and girls as the face of that shit. Y'all didn't show no mercy. Y'all didn't show no mercy when y'all took these fathers out of their homes, so these women that don't know no fucking better, which is gonna get punished as well, is just giving their kids up to the murderers. Because it said Ephraim shall give his children up to the murderers, right? Roughly paraphrasing. Y'all didn't show no mercy. So now now we are blessed, man. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints to live in the time of the vengeance. I'm going to get more on that because I like these vengeance scriptures. You see the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Because y'all put us in captivity. What is it? The Babylonian slave trade. Babylon is what? So-called Iraq nowadays. So y'all put us in captivity. The sub-Saharan slave trade. So y'all put us in captivity. What? The Silk Road slave trade. So you Chinese motherfuckers, y'all guilty. What? The transatlantic slave trade. Esau, y'all definitely getting it. Who else is left? I don't know if the Medes is. Jaffe, y'all had some shit to do with that shit too, man. Just saying that through the spirit. So who didn't take part in our place, man? Who didn't take part in our kingdom, take part in our spoils? It's Ishakarites to this day in the Philippines, man. But that's not Japheth. That's I want to say they look like Moab, so I want to say they Moabites, so they Ammonites. So who didn't take part in our captivities, man? Everybody, and the Lord said all of them did. All of them is going to captivity, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. And every nation that preyed upon us. Every nation that preyed upon us, man. Every nation. And then them curses, man. And then when y'all in them captivities, them fucked up curses that we had to go through, the Lord gonna put them on y'all, man. The Lord gonna put them on y'all. Then y'all gonna start having problems in y'all households. Y'all gonna be fucked up, living in these fucked up, y'all just gonna be under these curses like us, man. Cause this is the time that we coming to. This is the book of Deuteronomy. I'm not even gonna get that, but yeah, the curses. I'm gonna get it. Whatever. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7. I want to say. Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So yeah, man, all the things that y'all did to us, man, is going, and some, man, is going to be put on y'all, man. And it's going to be personal, man, because we was the apple of the Lord's eye. We was holy to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And y'all forwarded our affliction. Y'all got us calling each other black, Latino, Hispanic, and fucking Indians, Native Americans, man. Y'all gonna pay, man. And then, whew, let's not even, we'll be here all day naming the shit that y'all did to us and continue to do to us, man. We're still figuring out shit that y'all did and continue to do to us, man. This is the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 2 verse 3. Israel was holiness unto the Lord Yahweh, and the first fruits of his increase. All that devour him shall offend. Evil shall come upon them, saith the Lord Yahweh. So it's not us saying this. It's not the anger of a so-called black man on all you heathens, on all our enemies. It's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai saying that evil is coming upon you. Soon come, man. And you see it. You see it now, man. You see it now. You see it now, man. And like I said, not only what y'all did to us is coming upon y'all double. Double is coming to y'all. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 6. 18, verse 6. Tweet. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. So these are the things coming to all you fucking heathens, especially Esau Edom, starting with Esau Edom. So again, we are blessed, man. What more could we ask for? What more could we ask for? We are living in the reestablishment of Yasha'Allah. We are living in the ascension of the tabernacle of David. What more could we ask for? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth alive in the flesh, pinch yourself, you here, to see the fall of his enemy. Bro, what more could we ask for? What more could we ask for? What more could we ask for? And speaking of our children, bro, we're gonna be able to enjoy that as well. That's what comes with this, man. Y'all haven't fucking enjoyed y'all kids and y'all kids. We're gonna be able to enjoy generation after generation after generation. It's so fucked up here, bro. I don't even want kids, man. It's so fucked up here that, like, bro, my mindset here is so fucked up that, like, I probably made my ribs sad as fuck. I was telling her, like, I wouldn't even mind if, like, even in the kingdom, I didn't have no kids, bro. Like, if I just walked around rich as hell, just happy by myself. Like, it's so fucked up here that they fucking up my mind for the things to come. You know, but wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our times, man. Lord's will, you know, I grow to want them kids, man. I grow to want to see, you know, want to enjoy my kids. But our kids is gonna be right, man. Our kids is gonna be righteous. You're not gonna have to worry about. Let me get these scriptures. This is the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 20. Oh, 30. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 20. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and the congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. So our children will be like aforetime. And that's the scripture in a nutshell that I just mentioned, that seeing your enemies fall and rejoicing in your children. We're going to get that, man. We're going to get that, and we're living in that time. We're living in that time. We're living in the time of the elect, you know? The elect's bounce back, man. We're gonna be gods here, man. Not the Heavenly Father or His Son, but we're going to be gods here, man. Undoing all that afflict us, man. In a nation that we was put to shame, man. In a nation that we was the undesirables, we was the base, we was the scum. We was the face of anything negative, the face of the left-hand side. We was the face of that. And all that'll be undone, man. All that'll be undone, and we're living in these times. What more could we ask for, man? The water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. I'm gonna get these. Beautiful, man. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, right? And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Oh, y'all ain't no fucking Hebrews. Y'all ain't the fucking Jews. Y'all niggas crazy, man. Y'all need a job. Y'all need haircuts. Y'all need to take a bath. y'all, what, like, all that bullshit, that shit is gonna stop, man. That shit is gonna be, it's gonna be over with for all that shit, man. Cause we are Sha'ala, man. It's gonna be stamped in that day, man. It's gonna be stamped in that day, you hear me? Listen to the book of Hosea, chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power, man. That bounce back, you hear me? That bounce back, man. And it's gonna be more than a bounce back, because it said, the Lord said, this kingdom is gonna be better than the kingdom that we had, man. The better than King Solomon's kingdom, man. That's what the Lord said. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 9. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. And it's always like that. He said the end is always better than the beginning. I'm going to get that. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. And who are the patients? Who are the patient? Here's the patience in the faith of the saint. And who are the proud? You men soon to be abased for y'all haughtiness, for exalting yourselves. Because it's not let's get that. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 18. Salat. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 18. But he that glorieth, I'm going to start at 17. But he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. For not he that commendeth himself is approved, but whom the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai commendeth, man. That's who is approved, man. And that's who is going laugh at the end. So later is always the greater. And it ain't gonna be no later days in the nation of Israel, because our days is gonna be innumerable. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 9. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Better. Much better, man. All your kids, all your family, no death, no none of that. Like, what more could you ask for, man? It's gonna be unimaginable. Eyes have not heard and things have not seen what the Heavenly Father has. I'm gonna get it. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, eyes have not seen, nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him, man. So it's gonna be unimaginable, man. Unfathomable of what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai has waiting on his elect, has waiting on his nation, starting with the elect, man. But through these scriptures, we can kind of, in that direction, This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 8. The sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of knowledge of the Lord Yahweh as the waters cover the sea. Man, I'm going to start at 6. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 11, verse 6. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them. These are things unimaginable, bro. Unfathomable. I don't know why that was shut off. That was saying, whatever. But yeah, these are the unimaginable, unfathomable things that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has waiting on his right of his inheritance, starting with the elect, man. I'm gonna get a couple more, and I'm gonna get out of here, man. Beautiful, man. No pain, no sorrow, no worries, no none of that, cause that's not life, man. You know your OG used to just tell you, man, that's life. Life ain't fair. Life ain't this. Life ain't that. All type of shit, That life is fair, man. For us. Fuck you talking about. Life is gonna be amazing for us, man. Life is gonna be worry-free, stress-free. The world was made for our sakes, man. This is the book of Revelation chapter 21, verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. Granny always talking about her back hurt. Auntie always talking about, just all type of shit, man. None of that, man. For the former things I passed away. And these are the things that we are about to witness. These are the times that we are living in, man. The water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. These are the times that we are living in, man. We are living in these, we're here. We're here. This is the book of Zechariah. I'm gonna keep going. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said, unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. Showing you that they are coming, man. Showing you that the times that you living in is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua not being slack concerning his promise. The water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Faithful and true. This is the book of Zechariah. Book of Zechariah, chapter 10, verse 6. And this is the most comforting one of all to me, man. This is going to be a perfect end off to me. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 10, verse 6. And I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, so northern and southern kingdom, because, Ephraim. So, yeah. And I will save the house of Joseph, and I will bring them again to place them, for I will have mercy upon them. I will yet choose Israel. And they shall be as though I had not cast them off. So this will be as if it never happened, man. This will be a bad dream, man. This will be a bad thought. This will be some, it happened. This is going to be one of them thoughts. Soon come. For I am the Lord, their power. I am the Lord, their power. And will hear them. Man. So with that being said, I pray that was edifying. I pray I brought it home for y'all, man. I tried something different today. Previously I was I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Previously, I was writing what I would say in between my precepts because I was just nervous I wouldn't be edifying, you know. And I had to talk with the elder, and he told me I shouldn't do that. He told me I should let the Spirit flow, and I still listed my precepts. I still had a list of precepts I would go through, and then just, you know, to guide me, to reference me on how to, you know, navigate throughout this camp day. But, you know, it turned out well, man, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. The water for the elder, the water for everybody listening to this, the water for the elect. Lord's will y'all edified. And once again, to end off, man, I want to turn to the east and give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And say Shalom, man. Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Akwith. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom.